How's it going, guys? My name is Tavarish, and in today's weekend build, I'm gonna wash my truck for the first time ever. So if you guys are new to my channel, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoy it, and consider subscribing and hit that bell if you like what you see. I definitely like what I see because this is a project that I have put aside for way too long. And the only reason that I'm doing it now is because honestly, I have a lot of boxes at home and there's no way to get those boxes to the shop other than getting this truck on the road. And this truck cannot go on the road in the shape it's in. Now, if you guys don't know, this is my 1999 Ford F350 Dually. It has dual rear wheels. It has 6 wheels in total. It can tow anything, and it is really dependable, and I just love this thing. Now, this for a while had been my daily driver, but for the last few months, it's basically been sitting, and it's basically just been rotting. The ground is trying to reclaim it. So a while back when I bought this truck down in Miami, it just got a paint job. Like literally a week before I bought it, it got a paint job, and since I've had it, I have never washed this truck. So what this means is this truck in its final form in this paint job has never been washed. And today I'm gonna wash it and I'm gonna try to make it look as good as humanly possible, but only using stuff that I find in the auto parts store. So I'm gonna go to Advanced Auto Parts and see what they have. All right, now that we're back, we can see what we bought. We bought a bunch of Meguiar's stuff. I figured Meguiar's is good enough for many people, so it's good enough for me. Now, I have the iron removing spray clay. We're definitely gonna need that. Their new hybrid ceramic wax. It's like a ceramic and a wax in a hybrid form. We have ultimate compound for some polishing goodness. We have some ultimate polish for some also polishing goodness. We have some deep crystal car wash, some mag aluminum polish, trim restore, and aluminum wheel cleaner, and a bunch of microfiber towels that are basically going to be thrown out because this truck is filthy. Now, with everything going on in the world right now, you obviously don't have to go to the auto parts store to get these products. You in fact can go on the Advanced Auto Parts app, link in the video description below, and if you use the code Tavarish2020, you can get up to 25% off. So go check it out right now. Now, I say we a lot because on these projects, I tend not to do things just on my own because I am not an expert on this. However, I did bring an expert, and that expert is right here. How you doing? How you doing, man? Yeah. So this is Rex. Rex does awesome detailing. Other than balancing on this. This is nice. What I do best. This is what he does best. Yes, he has very good balance. Rex runs Royal Auto Shield, does really awesome detailing on all of my cars. You'll see his work. He did the Pimp My Ride van. He did basically everything that I had. Today, we are just going to make my truck. Yeah, we're gonna make it look like new. Hopefully, right? That's the idea. Try to, yes, definitely. Oh, well, I mean, you don't sound too convinced. Oh yeah, because trucks have been washed for how long? Ever. So we should probably talk about why the truck looks like this. Now, this truck is white, but there's like a lot of yellowing around here. There's some black over there. There's some green over here. I mean, it's just all sorts of colors. The reason for this is because my irrigation system, there's actually a pump back there in the yard. My irrigation system engages early in the morning, and then it just blasts the side of the truck. And that water is very hard. It's from the ground. Florida water is very hard, and then it leaves this yellow stain. And I can't really take it off with my finger, but I think that we're going to be able to take it off with some of the products we have. Now over here we have some regular old diesel soot because this huge, I mean, just look at how big that is. That's I can swallow a foot. That big exhaust is just kind of billowing smoke, and it shouldn't be doing that. I'm gonna have to fix that at some point. And coming back here, this, honestly, it looks like algae or something. It just looks like what do you think it is? Like mold or something? Yeah, it's pretty much mold, yes. Green stuff on the back. Yeah, so don't lick that. So what are the steps gonna be to restore this to somewhat presentable? We're gonna shampoo it, clay it, and then polish it after. When we shampoo, that means we're gonna use a foam cannon. Foam cannon, all right. And then we agitate it with some pads that we have. Okay, so we should probably get to doing that now because that sky is not looking great. It might rain. It probably will rain. So time is a factor.
Yep. Probably do this in 2 hours.
Let's see if we can do it in one. All right, so now that the truck looks thoroughly, well, I can't say what it looks like. What's the next step?
So we're gonna iron decontaminate it. We're gonna use some Iron X, and then we're gonna clay decontaminate the paint. A lot of times there's like dirts that are bonded with the paint.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you can't just, clean it with the soap, so you gotta use clay bars.
Okay, so when you use a clay bar just takes off all the imperfections and all the the debris and stuff from the surface, right?
Yep, and it also leaves holograms on the car.
Okay.
So a lot of times after you clay bar, you're better off polishing the car after that.
Okay, so what if you like holograms? What if your car is basically like a Pokemon card?
Yeah, exactly. So whatever makes people happy, I guess.
You still see that there's a bunch of that yellowing, that nasty hard water staining. But I mean, just me running my finger over it, it's already, like you can see, it's sort of coming off. But with the clay bar,
yeah, you'll definitely clean it up easily.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, but with the with the darker color car, you'll see the holograms.
Yeah.
The clay's leaving, but with the white car.
And this is also a work truck, so I don't really care all that much.
Cool.
But take a look at this. Yeah, now you can see the white underneath.
And you can feel the difference too. It's much more
smoother. This is smooth, and this is like sandpaper over here. Yep. So, all right, so we just have to do that to the entire car.
Yep. In like 5 hours.
Bye-bye. Alright, so for the most part, this side of the truck is clayed. And if you look at the other side, whoo, yeah, it's still mighty yellow, but it's getting there. It's getting there. All right, this truck is looking so much better. Unfortunately, the weather's not looking much better. It is raining, and it is that weird sort of raining where it's just kind of drizzling and it's just making everything very, very unpleasant. Whenever I put any sort of polish to the car, it just kind of loads up the pad with water and it just makes things a lot more difficult. But this is, just take a look. Like, this is super smooth, and this is without any sort of wax or ceramic coat. But what we're gonna do now is we're gonna wait for this rain to stop. Hopefully it stops pretty soon. And would you believe it? It is done only a few short months later. Okay, so with a project like this, I was a little bit ambitious, and it was more of a one step forward, two steps back scenario, because the fact that I didn't do any sort of cleaning or maintenance to the paint means that the paint is in, well, not very good condition. So let's go up close. Now, white hides a lot of crimes, but you can see that the paint has been taken off, like at least the clear coat, and there's some scratches here. Some of this stuff is just embedded into the paint. No amount of polishing can get that out because it's literally like past the paint, and down there, all that stuff we couldn't take out even with clay bar. Now that means that this truck does need a repaint, but that also gives me an opportunity to change a few things that I don't really like. Now, right here, you can see that when I got the truck, it was a little bit cracked right there. So that gives me the opportunity to get new fender flares. Also, I definitely need new taillights. Those taillights are not good, especially if you want to see at night. The rear bumper has seen better days. There's some dents over there. Now, they're shiny dents, but dents nonetheless. So maybe I can do a little bit of a facelift while I'm at it. This truck, ironically, was facelifted before I got it. This was a 06 and 08 rear, and it looks better, but this was done with some low quality parts, namely the headlights. The headlights definitely need to get changed because you can see that the bugs were, well, they're embedded into the plastic now. I polish this. This is very, very smooth, but all this stuff is embedded in the plastic. And also right here you can see that's part of the headlight housing, so whenever I turn these light bulbs on, they blind everybody, and that is no bueno. And also the front bumper doesn't fit all that well, so I'm gonna have to get a new one of those. So you guys can let me know what you'd like this truck to look like. Now, there are kits that make this truck look like a 2010, 11, 12, completely transforming the look of this truck and keeping that 7.3 liter reliability, but I'm just not sure. And I also need to change the wheels. These wheels, they can polish up very nicely, but the problem is whenever you polish them, it takes a very long time, and then, well, as soon as you polish them, they get dirty again, especially on a work truck like this. So I was thinking of maybe getting like a 21 or a 22 inch wheel. Those look really cool, and I'd like to lower the truck. I don't want like a mini truck, but I'm not a fan of the like really raised truck. This truck is only used to go around town and also tow, and I think that having a truck that's lowered will help me in that regard, even though it can't be too low because when you tow, everything kind of goes even lower and then you're going to be dragging, so I don't want that. Now, all in all, for one day's work, this was really good. I love the result. I love the fact that the paint went back to white and not yellow and black like it was. And I'd also like to give a very big thanks to Rex from Royal Auto Shield. He does amazing work, and he came by and spent a few hours, well, we both spent a few hours just making this truck shine. Now, while a truck is, let's say, 2 times better, it's not 10 times better, and it's not a showroom truck, which is okay, but this truck is definitely going to need some work. And in the next episodes on this truck, on my weekend builds, you are going to see this truck have a mechanical and cosmetic transformation, and I can't wait for that. So if you'd like to use any of the products used in today's episode, you can check them out in the link in the video description below at the Advanced Auto Parts store. I'd recommend you getting the Advanced Auto Parts app and using my code Tavarish2020 to get 25% off, but that's just me. You can do whatever you want. So in the next episodes on my channel, we're gonna go back to my shop and start finishing projects. I have a lot to show you, but until next time, this is me reminding you guys that on trucks like this that were forgotten and neglected, but now look pretty presentable, you guys need to build it better, and to do that, you need to wrench every day.